Join me as I try to master some tricky math concepts in just a few minutes. Can I do it? Mastering essential math concepts quickly and effectively is what this video is all about. We're going to tackle some of the toughest topics in math and break them down into simple, easy to understand parts. Many of us have struggled with math at some point in our lives. Maybe you're one of those people who get anxious every time you see a math problem, or maybe you're just confused about how to approach certain topics. You're not alone. Math anxiety is a real thing, and it can be overwhelming. Math problems can seem like a puzzle that you just can't crack, leaving you feeling frustrated and defeated. One of the main reasons people struggle with math is because they try to tackle too much at once. They see a complex equation and immediately freeze up. Or maybe they're trying to learn a new concept, but it's just not clicking. Another challenge people face when learning math is that they don't see the point of it all. They think, when am I ever going to use this in real life? This mindset can make math seem like a chore, rather than an opportunity to learn and grow. And finally, some people just don't have a good foundation in math. They might have missed a few key concepts earlier on, and now they're struggling to keep up. Let's break down some key math concepts into simple, digestible parts. Imagine you're trying to build a house. You need to start with a strong foundation, or the whole thing will come crumbling down. Math is the same way. You need to understand the basics before you can move on to more advanced topics. One way to make math more accessible is to use real-life examples. For instance, let's say you're at the grocery store and you need to calculate the total cost of your items. You can use math to make sure you have enough money in your wallet. Math is all around us, and once you start seeing it in everyday situations, it becomes a lot more manageable. Visuals can also be super helpful when learning math. Imagine you're trying to understand a complex equation, but you don't know where to start. A simple diagram or graph can make all the difference. It's like having a map to guide you through the problem. Suddenly, the equation doesn't seem so intimidating anymore. Here's a technique that can help make math a lot easier. It's called the chunking method. Essentially, you break down a complex problem into smaller, more manageable chunks. This allows you to focus on one thing at a time, rather than feeling overwhelmed by the entire problem. For example, let's say you're trying to solve a long division problem. Instead of trying to do the whole thing at once, break it down into smaller steps. Focus on one step, and then move on to the next. Before you know it, you'll have solved the entire problem. The chunking method is especially helpful when dealing with complex equations. Let's say you're trying to solve for x in a long equation. Instead of trying to solve the whole thing at once, break it down into smaller parts. Focus on one variable at a time, and then move on to the next. This technique can be a total game changer when it comes to math. Once you start using it, you'll be amazed at how much easier math becomes. So, what have we covered in this video? We've talked about the common challenges people face when learning math, and we've broken down some key concepts into simple, easy to understand parts. We've also discussed a powerful technique that can make math a lot easier. Mastering math concepts takes practice, but with the right approach, anyone can do it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment below with your favorite math tips or challenges. If you're new